I don't know. Do you guys want to learn about the female reproductive system? Do you want to learn about the female reproductive system? I don't even know if this counts as advice, but like, are you educated on how the female reproductive system works? No? All right. Okay. Can we have a show of hands? Who here has at least a vague idea of how the female reproductive system and hormones work? Like the general cycle. No, white. It's okay. It's educational. All right. We've got 2 hands, 1 hand. Okay. For those of you who have raised your hands, please explain to me how you understand the female menstrual cycle works. For those of you raising your hands, please explain to me in a rough approximate paragraph. I took biology in high school. Konbanwa sa konbanwa. I've had a girlfriend. Oh, there you go. I have primarily female friends. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a great source. I am not gonna pretend to know anything about that outside of basic biology. Every month, the rage consumes the woman. Shedding of the uterine line. Yeah, that's true. He basically turns my sister into a Terminator. You breathe, she get mad. YouTube has a 200 character limit. You can fit that in 200 characters. Very painfully, from what I've heard. I forget the timings, but as the line increases and sheds also release a ton of different hormones, it can affect mood and urges. Okay, it's a bit the other way around. It's more so the hormones that are released over periods of time that dictate the growth and shedding of the lining. All right, here we go. Okay, so, all right. From what I remember, okay, I might be mistaken. So, hang on. Let me get a chart out instead. Female menstrual cycle. Okay. All right. Where is it? I know how to like decipher this. I think. I know how to decipher this. I think. Yeah. All right. Oh God, there's so many different hormones. But okay, the main ones we are going to focus on are estrogen and progesterone. Okay, so I forget which one does what. But I think I'll be able to figure it out with this chart. Hang on. So where is the estrogen? Let's make estrogen red and then progesterone blue. Actually, am I even qualified to talk about this? Jeez. So progesterone is at the baseline very low throughout most of the process, and then it peaks during the phase where the uterine lining is supposed to be building up. Okay, and then once it starts to dip down, that signals the body to start shedding it. As for estrogen, it peaks around during the phase of like ovulation and then goes down like this. So like, okay, the chart I'm looking at here, it's like here's like the small ovum, and then it starts to develop and stuff like that inside the ovaries, and then during peak ovulation phase you have the egg come out, and then okay, here I'm just gonna draw the thing. Okay, so this is the uterus approximately. I've drawn fancier ones than these, don't you worry. I'm just rushing it right now. Oh my God. All right, this here is the hang on, where are we? All right, egg sac. There we go. Whatever, I don't care. So like, this is the ovary. This is where the eggs are made. Okay. All right. This is where the eggs are made. And once you hit the ovulation period and the eggs are done developing inside, what usually one is released in like out into the fallopian tubes. And if I remember correctly, this is usually where fertilization happens. And then once like if it does get fertilized, it implants into the walls of the what's it called, the walls of the uterus itself. And then if you have been fertilized, The walls of the uterus that have built up like around here, like around here ish, supply blood and nutrients to the developing baby. But if in the event that it doesn't, the stuff kind of like shrivels up away and dies, and like this drop here in the progesterone signals you to shed and break down the uterine lining, which is like somewhere like around here, and the cycle just keeps going over and over. Yeah. Oh god. But yeah, that's honestly, those are like the main two you have to take note of. The rest are like, I forget. FSH, is that the one that determines the production of what's it called? The ovums, the egg cells? I forgetty. But like one of them is also responsible for like what's it called? Like in the pregnancy test, I think. I think that's the one that they test to know if you actually are pregnant. I don't know. There's also the luteinizing hormone. I forgot entirely what that does, but it apparently also, like, everything peaks during ovulation period. Just everything. Just everything is like out of whack here. It just, yeah. There you go. Okay. FSH, yeah, FSH is the follicle something hormone, and then LH is like luteinizing hormone. I forgot what they do, but yeah, single cell that will eventually become a child. Indeed. Let's see. Any other advice I can give you? If you oh dear god. Of course I've done research about this, but if you want to do the calendar method and you kind of freaky, but please practice safe adult activities, dear god, please practice safely, be responsible. But if you want to know what phase your girl is in or your partner is in, there are also physical signs. Safe mix, guys. Yeah, safe mix. Okay, there are physical signs that also come around ovulation period or leading up towards it. Mainly, for example, discharge, right? Okay, so vaginal discharge, okay? So you can have several different kinds, usually around this period, like when you are not fertile, if you will. So basically, it can be very like tacky. It's very tacky in a way. It's kind of like dry. It's kind of like lotion. I'm not sure if it's. I think it applies in both ends of the. Sorry, I smacked the mic. But when it comes to like the ovulation phase, it becomes very stretchy, and like kind of like egg whites. There you go. And it's very goopy, and usually a lot of it comes out. Yes. However, also take it to note that these two are normal, and usually the color is like either. Oh, sorry, the color for this one tends to be clear. This one, it's more like white or off-white. Usually the closer to white, the better. If your discharge is anything but clear or off-white, and like for example, if it is slightly green, slightly red, slightly chunky, you may have an infection. So get that checked. Is it true that discharges are acidic and can stain on these? Yes, that is true. The reason why discharge is acidic is because it neutralizes the, what's it called? The basic, what's the alkaline element of male spunk, the coom. Yeah. How come discharge happens? It's a lubricating and cleaning function of the female body. Because it's internal, right? And everything just kind of stays in there. Discharge is basically like a constant flowing thing that clears out and flushes any like old bacteria or whatever else is staying in there, and like it gets cleaned out in that way. It's a self-cleaning thing. And then lubrication, because you know, if you're doing the right, if you're doing that, you're gonna need to be able to move. And like before times invented lube, there was that. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. All right. If sperm was basic, that'd be pretty catastrophic for both of the partners. Oh, okay, my bad. So yeah, it is alkaline. Oh dear God. I just go. Lube and desensitization, pretty much. Not desensitization, sanitization, cleaning. Honestly, I think I'd like to believe that if you're able to get a lot of discharge going for the lubrication, you're doing something good, because it's also the release of it is also encouraged basically by arousal. Okay, so yeah. Oh, what did I just walk into? It's educational. Yeah, it is educational. Well, yeah. The more you know. Any other questions, class? Else I'll just erase the whiteboard and we can be on our merry way, okay? It should be normalized to talk about. It's natural. Yeah, it is. It should be. Yeah. I think talking about these kinds of things should be normalized. Mix and stream it eventually. Maybe. Oh God. Without going into detail, I've seen videos that indicates that this is true. Will this be on the test? Yes, and make sure you bring a ball pen, not a pencil. Just like biology class. Yeah, to be fair, it's normal. Clank, 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 get drilled. My favorite life advice of the stream: how to make sure your pull-out game ain't weak. Oh dear God. As I said, please practice safe adulthoodness. But if you want to do the pull-out game, just saying, if you want to do that, ideally aim for like at the very, very last day, around here, like building up into here. Because okay, you see, the lifespan of, I think, sperm is around like 3 to 5 days. So if you accidentally end up within this period, you're fucked. You're fucked. So don't risk it, guys. Don't do that. Don't be risky. Wrap your willy, okay? Literally.